Hello everybody and welcome back to Operation Logistics, where we just got our variable pause working for our advisor script here. So we can go ahead and click next and it goes away, and then once we type in our company name, blah, then it pops up, you successfully named your company. You can change this at any time in the future if you so choose. Then we go to next and nothing happens because we haven't coded anything else. So let's go ahead and hop over into our prefabs here, and let's get our tutorial. And then now we can go ahead and duplicate this, and it auto-names itself. I'm just duplicating it with Control D. You can also right-click and go to duplicate here, I believe. Apparently there isn't one there. Okay, well that's fine. So, are we going to have another on begin pause? Maybe. However, let's go ahead and you can change this at any time in the future if you so choose. And then the next thing we'd probably want to have in here would be probably something kind of along the lines of the next decision to be made is, and this is going to be essentially where our headquarters is located. So the next decision to be made is where our first hub should be located. For now, this hub will consist entirely of one truck depot. And then I could do something kind of along the lines of use the toolbar on the bottom of your screen to place this hub. Actually, for now, we'll just say... No, actually, I like that the way it was. So it will consist entirely of one truck depot, and then use the toolbar on the bottom of the screen to place your first depot. First one is on me. Press next to continue. Okay, that'll work for now. And then we are going to go ahead and do pauses on next, and then we're going to need to implement another on begin pause. But for right now, we need to add in a toolbar on the bottom. So let's go ahead and go into our canvas and create ourselves a UI image for right now. And it is right here. And I'm going to go ahead and go here so that we can actually see it. Anchor it to the bottom, but have it be stretching along the bottom. And then we'll have it be, I don't know, maybe 100 pixels is probably fine. We'll have the Y pivot point be at 0 and then place it right on the bottom. And for right now, I'm just going to make it black, but with a pretty hefty amount of transparency. So for right now, we go in here and we can see that we've got ourselves a toolbar. It doesn't really do all that much right now. But if we skip the tutorial, we've got ourselves a little bar here. It's not super obtrusive. I am going to make it smaller, though. I feel like 100 pixels is too many pixels. Let's cut it in half. Not 60. No, not 65 either. 50 pixels. Okay. So with that being the case, we can then do something similar to what we did up here. And we can go into our... Operation Logistics design document, kind of. No, I don't want to update it. Not right now, anyway. So, our buildings... I mean, actually, why am I in here when we did most of that in here? Why is... Seems a little odd. There we go. Okay. So, let's go ahead and come on in here then and go into our building, which I believe is on the sub hex? No, I can't remember where I implemented this. So let's just go to implementation of buildings. Here it is, sub hex manager, apparently. So these are player constructed structures here. So you can see we've got a few different categories. Okay. So we've got our truck depot structures here. So our first truck depot will be a couple of hexes wide. But first thing we're going to need is a truck berth, for sure. A staging area will be able to function as a, like, quasi-sort facility, probably less efficient than a full-on sorting facility. Okay. We're not going to be able to destroy roads, I think. We're going to have to work around roads. But for right now, we can go ahead and... I'm just going to hide our biome hexes for right now. And I'm also going to hide our building hexes for right now. We'll have to remember to turn those back on. The game won't work if we don't. But that'll be fine. So, for right now, we're going to need to go ahead and in this... I'm going to go ahead and call this toolbar. And I'm going to add a box collider here. And the box collider will be a size of 25 by 1920. And we're going to need to move it up, I believe, 25 pixels. Oh, wait, it'll be a height of 50 pixels. There we go. Okay, so now we have a collider down here, so we'll be able to mouse over this bar and not select things that are back behind it. And I'm going to go ahead and also add in a horizontal layout group, like so. And then I'm going to allow child to control the size and create a UI button. That's exciting. Why is that happening? Pivot point of 0, 0? Yeah. Pivot point of 0, 0 is, I think, what we wanted. Yes, exactly. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring this over half of 1920, so just 1920 divided by 2. So 960. There we go. Excellent. And then we've got this button here, and of course this doesn't have a text mesh pro text, so let's go ahead and delete the standard text and then add a UI text mesh pro text. And we're just going to have this be exactly the same as the button itself, and it is going to be black in color. Excellent. Much, much higher quality text. And let's go ahead and add in a few of these, but I also want to add in some padding. So let's add in 5 pixels on each side, as well as a spacing of 5 pixels, just to start with. Actually, we should probably use the same settings we used up here, which is layout group. Here we go. Technically 000010. So, I mean, that's because of the box image that we used. It has some built-in pad. So let's go ahead and do 77710. That looks about right. And then I'm going to duplicate this some 5-ish times. We need to hop into here. So we've got airport, we've got port, we've got truck depot, we've got railroad depot, and then we've got pickup delivery and general. So that's 6. I'm going to classify sorting facility here. And I'm going to go ahead and move that on up here, so that we have 3 in each one. And then general structures, for now, we're not going to be able to build. And I'm going to classify the railroad as part of the railroad depot. Okay. So we've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories here. So, airport. Okay, come on. Go ahead and compile. There we go. Airport button. Okay. And this is going to read airport structures. Like so. Well, here's the thing. Do we actually need to have all of these here? We could have a pop-up menu here, and then it fills out like this. That might be better. So then we would be able to have something like construction. That has an S in it. Construction. There we go. Construction. And then we could have a destruction button. And I'm going to go ahead and rename this construction button. And then a destruction button here, we would go ahead and change this to be destruction, or rather just demolish. That would just be a demolish tool. And then we could, yeah, construction is fine. Construction, demolish. And then what else would we need? Well, a route button might be a good one. Route management. So that way you can create specific routes. And then what else would we need? Potentially some form of resources. But those are up here. Time is up here as well. So, route management button. What would these buttons be then? We'll go ahead and call this route button. There we go. And then two more here. Well, we could have construction, demolish, route management. We could have railroad construction be a bit different, but I'm thinking right now this could be something along the lines of land ownership, and then that tool would allow you to buy and sell land. And then this one would be something... I do want there to be 5, I think. So construction, demolish, route management, land ownership. I kind of want this to match route management and be land management. Okay. And I'll call this the land management button. And this last one will be something along the lines of... So buying and selling land, route management, land management, demolish, construct. Interesting. I'm kind of blanking on what this last one should be. For now, let's just make this be a placeholder. I mean, we could theoretically just disable this button for right now and just have there be 4. Can always add one in. It's not a big deal. So I think we'll just delete that. We'll leave this the way it is. And then we've got construction. And I want this to be the same form of the word. So construction. And then demolition. There we go. Excellent. So at this point, we then need to start implementing these menus, because each of these will be kind of a menu. The destruction, or rather the demolition, and I want to rename this so that that's a little bit more clear. Demolition. I massively misspelled it. Demolition. There we go. Okay, so we are now in a position where this Crusader Kings music is maybe a bit on the loud side. I'm going to bump that down slightly. There we go. And then let's start implementing these menus. So for right now, I'm going to hide the advisor window. We'll have to turn that back on, but this is just temporary. So our construction button would then be essentially, well, we would have a UI empty here, or rather not even an empty. I don't know why I was saying an empty, but we would have an image here. And I'm going to go ahead and position that based on the actual button. And this is going to be construction menu. And I want this to be at the center, stretched across it. So 0, 0, 0, and a height of about... kind of a variable height, right? But, I mean, for right now, we'll do a height of 200. That won't be accurate, but for right now. And then let's go ahead and toss on about 50 position Y. Oh my, 50 position Y here. I'm going to go ahead and have the Y point be right at the bottom. And then a position Y of 50. And then we'll make this height be a little bit more like 400. Like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and have this be the same black color with 64 alpha. There we go. And I'm just checking here. Yeah, this isn't right on, is it? That's because of the offset here, which is an offset of 7 plus 7, so 14. So subtract 14 pixels here. And see, that's right on there, but I actually want it to be up 7 pixels, so add 7. Position Y of 43. Okay, that'll do. So let's go ahead and add a vertical layout group here. And then I'm going to duplicate the land management button. And you noticed this auto moved over and shrunk a little bit. But I'm actually going to place that in the construction menu. And in the construction menu, child controls size, width, and height. Excellent. We are going to go ahead and pad this the same amount, 7, 7, 7, 10. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and add in 5 total buttons here, like so. Okay, this is definitely a little on the high side, or a little on the tall side. I want it to be roughly the same as these. So let's go ahead and shrink this down. I mean, we could figure it out, right? That wouldn't be the end of the world. But for right now, I think I'm just going to have it be... that's still a little on the tall side. And actually, I want this to be -7 on the left, and 7 on the... and actually -7 also on the right. There we go. We'll try a height of 200. These are currently a height of 29.2, so that's too little. Height of 39.2, so that's closer. We'll try 275. That's very close right there. 300. Height of 49.2. Actually, this height here is 36. Let's bring it back down to 200. Actually, 250. Was very close to that. Height of 39.2, so 250 is a little on the high end. We could also space this a little less out, but that's fine. We'll make this be, for right now, a height of 225. 34.2, probably close enough. That said, I mean, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. So let's go ahead and also create ourselves a box collider here. And this box collider will be a center of something. And will be a size of... well, we need to know the actual width of this here. So we need this to be a size of, like... well, we know it needs to be a height of 225. So we can go ahead and do that. 225, and then... oops. I want to move the Y position up to be about 225 divided by 2. There we go. And then the X size would be whatever this size is. About 482? Thereabouts? That's probably close enough. 482? 483. It's actually 483, looks like. Definitely close enough for the box collider. Excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this like in order of cost. So like airports are going to be the most expensive, ports are going to be like the next, then railroads, then truck depots and pickup and delivery sorting depot facilities. So let's go ahead and do something along the lines of delivery and sorting. And then we can go ahead and rename this delivery and sorting button. There we go. And this next one would be something like truck depot. That'll be fine. We'll call this the truck depot button. And then this one would then be the rail depot. Rail depot button. And we can replace these with graphics later on. For right now, this will work. This one will then be the port. We can simply call this the port button. And this next one will be the airport. And this can be, if I can rename it, there we go, the airport button. Excellent. Okay. So let's go ahead and disable the construction menu for right now. And in the construction button, let's turn on an on-click there, and that will go to the construction menu. Oh, come on. There we go. And we will go to game object, and then we will go to set active bool, and this will be true. Now, we also probably want to turn everything else off. However, we basically want to toggle this. And I was kind of wondering why there isn't a toggle option here. I seem to remember that there was one. But for right now, that'll do. So for right now, all we do is when we click on this, it'll pop it open. And obviously we're going to have some errors because we have everything turned off. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just go. So construction, it pops that open. Perfect. It doesn't close it again when we click on it again, which is a bit unfortunate and isn't exactly what I'm going for. But for right now, this'll have to do. I'm absolutely positive there is a way to do a toggle here. I've forgotten how to do it, but I know it's possible to do. Anyway, this will be fine. Because we can also do another one here. We can also put in a custom function to do this. It's not the end of the world. So let's go ahead and start implementing the next one then, which will be the demolition button. The demolition button isn't going to pop open a menu. It's instead going to give you a tool that you can then demolish things with. The route button is also going to be a little bit more awkward. So we're going to need to do something different with that. For the land management button, though, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the construction menu, and I'm going to place that in here. And we're going to go ahead and -7 and 7 and 43. There we go. We'll go ahead and turn this on. And really, there's only going to be two things here. So we can, like, 225 divided by 5, 45 each, times 2. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and delete all but 2 of these. There we go. And this menu is going to actually need to be -7. There we go. And this height will be 90 with a Y position of 45. Excellent. And this will be land management menu. And this is going to be the buy land button, and that's going to go put you into buy land mode. So buy land, and then this one will be the sell land button. and then sell land. Oops, sell land. There we go. Okay, and then when you press the land management button, then we can take the land management menu, game object, set active, and we'll set that to true for right now. We should also go ahead and add to the list and make sure that the construction menu is then turned off. So go ahead and do that, and then up here, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to make sure that the land management menu is off. So GameObject.setActive, false. Okay. Excellent. There we go. So there's some progress made on that. It is time to put a cut in though, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to keep working on these tools and start maybe actually implementing them, but for right now, we're definitely going to be putting in the UI. See you all then.